Gemini, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-January 2024. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Gemini. What do we got? Oof, we've got a sense of in and out here in terms of, I don't give a shit about this, up to the point of, okay, what do you need? You know? The overall energy for the reading, the King of Wands. There's a lot of passion here for a particular situation that you're carrying. But again, I kind of see you in your emotions at least, or in your energies towards this. Black squirrel. Oh, man. In and out with it. Starting off the reading, you get the Hermit crossed by the Six of Swords. This is you just pulling a little more inward, you know, like taking some time for yourself, or trying to kind of disconnect from things. And that could create an energy of, I'm not there right now, you know, where it could be interpreted as, uh-oh, where's Gemini at? Okay, so going inward a little bit. In your focus, the Eight of Cups. I mean, this is a sense of emotional disconnection, basically, from something. It almost looks like you're stepping back from something to the point of almost hiding from it without meaning to. You know, it's kind of looking a little bit like that. I don't know why. In the recent past, the Ace of Swords, this is where you were more active towards the situation. Now you're just kind of stepping back from something. In your strength, the Nine of Wands. I mean, that's your guard coming up. You're putting your guard up. Did something hurt you here that you're kind of pulling away energetically from something? Or is this a response to the potential of something hurt? I don't know. In the immediate future, the Knight of Swords. Okay, you're looking like you're moving forward here towards something. Supporting this reading, the Page of Swords. This is the overall movement, which is not going to look like a lot. Almost like you're not doing much in a particular direction, because a lot of your energy is pulling back from it. So even if you're not fully aware of your energy pulling back from it, it's going to make you move towards the situation at a very slow pace. At a, not going to be the one that, you know, messages or calls whoever every day anymore. And I don't know why, but I'm just not gonna. You know? Yeah, in the energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Knight of Pentacles, you're definitely slowing down here in your approach to something or someone. In your hopes and fears, the Nine of Swords, it could be possibly because of fear. I don't think it's fear, though. I think it's a stressing factor to it all. It's something, the situation you're dealing with may be carrying a level of energies that are not necessarily the greatest, and because of that, it's kind of like a preservation mode. That's what you're doing here. It's like, okay, I got it. I don't want to deal with that necessarily, so I'll deal with it, but not like fully. I don't know. In the potential outcome, the Devil. That's a very unhealthy energy right there. All right, let's clarify. Let me do the King of Wands. The Lovers, the Temperance card, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is an important situation to you. The one that you're actively trying to move towards. But there's some stress factor attached to it that makes you pull back. And this pulling back part, I don't get the sense that you're aware of it, that you don't even know you're doing. You know, it's mostly in your energy that makes you or creates some sort of something within you where even when you say something or do something in that direction, it wouldn't feel natural to you because your energy is pulling you back, you know. Interesting. Let's do the Hermit, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Cups. You're definitely going inward a lot here to try to connect as much as you can with yourself, with how you feel, with just bringing yourself in the present a lot more, which is very nice. It feels very nice if that's the intention, you know. Let's do the Six of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. You also have some fear attached when it comes to approaching this situation. So for the most part, you're looking pretty gutsy, pretty good, pretty, okay, I'm doing this. But fear's there. I don't care, I'm doing this anyway. You know, so even if it's there, it's not necessarily stopping. It's not fear that's stopping you here. I could see that from here. It's something else. Something else. And it's not stopping you. It's just slowing you down. You know? Let's do the Eight of Cups in your focus. The High Priestess, the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups. Yeah, you definitely want for good things to happen here. You're definitely emotionally attached to the situation from the perspective of, I want for things to work out. But right now, you're showing up disconnected from it, emotionally especially. And again, I'm not seeing that as a conscious decision of, I'm deciding to not care for whoever this is right now for a little bit. I'll be back, but it's your own sense of self-preservation there. You know, there's something going on here that keeps you a little bit... Let's do the Nine of Wands in your Strength, the World card, the Death card, the Knight of Cups. There's definitely a cycle coming to a close here as well. And you're keeping yourself open through it, like no matter what happens, and if it gets ugly or whatever happens here through this ending of a particular cycle, you're like, I'm there. I'm showing up. You know, I'm still here. Why do I get the sense that this is not even necessarily what you're experiencing personally? It has to do more with whoever this is. And this is kind of your way of navigating through that or responding to that. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. And if that's the case, so far, you're doing a great job. You know? For the Knight of Swords, you get the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Justice card. Yeah, you want to make things right here. You're upset that things aren't balanced, things aren't in place. This is where your syndrome, your savior syndrome is coming into place. So you got to pay attention to this energy right here, because you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like, I'll fix this for you. And no, you don't get to fix anything for anyone else but yourself. Because that's when you get disappointed. That's when you get upset. Because you start doing it and then you realize, oh, it's not up to me. But I already started doing it. So, and I know this one is a really close friend of yours, this savior syndrome, you know? No. I know you want for things to be perfect. I know you want for everybody to be happy, you know, in an ideal world, everything is in place, everybody's happy, you know. But it's not up to you to save anybody here. It's coming almost out of nowhere. As you start kind of going backwards a little bit and more within yourself and just finding that balance within and probably because of that, it's like, well, now I have it. I'm recharged. Okay, let's go. You know? Kind of looks a little bit like that, which is a little funny when you look at it, but it's not funny when you're in the middle of it trying to do it and then you realize, uh-oh, what the hell am I doing? Let's do the Page of Swords for the supportive energies. You get the Five of Wands, the Magician, the King of Wands. Yeah, you might bump heads here, especially, again, you're coming from a good intention in this savior syndrome, hero of the day kind of an energy. You're coming in with great intention. You just want to help, right? It might be perceived as meddling from the other side, as, you know what, I don't need your help. I don't need, so whoever is at the other end of this, they might get defensive, no matter what your intention is. So just so you know, it might create a little bit of conflict, even though your intention is amazing. And you're not doing much. Even if the energy is quite big of, I want to save them, I'm assigned by myself to save somebody, you're not doing much with that, but they feel the energy. So it almost feels like intrusive, like you're stepping into their place, into their space with the sense of, I know what's best for you. And do you? At the end of the day? You know? Because we don't. Most of the times we don't even know what the fuck is best for us, let alone for others. I don't know what gives us the impression of, I don't even know what's good for me, but I know what's best for everybody else. And I know it's very tricky, this energy, because when somebody's going through something crappy, it's way easier to see it from the outside and to be like, oh my God, what they're going through. When you're in it and you're going through it, you don't see it necessarily. So I think that's kind of the angle that we're coming from when we're trying to save others or help others. But it's really up to them to step a little bit outside of that so that they can see it themselves. You know what I mean? For the Knight of Pentacles and the hidden energies, you get the Seven of Wands, the Strength card, the Two of Cups. Yeah, you're kind of being asked to slow down here. Especially, that's why there's that pulling back from the situation where energetically that energy is there for you, where something within you is pulling you back. That's your cue for you need to slow down. Because you have this tendency when you do move forward to come in from the perspective of, I'll save the day for you, you know? And heads down to the intention. Again, great intention. You're coming in with support. You're coming in with love. At the end of the day, none of that matters. You know, it's just the end result. Where to them, it's going to feel like you're invading their space and telling them, you know better what's best for them, you know? For the Nine of Swords, in your hopes and fears, you get the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords. Ooh, this is massive. When you enter that space, that's another best friend of yours, the chaotic mind space of what if, because if that, then that, then that, then that, then that, then that, then that. When you enter that space, and you will enter it from time to time, not all the time. You have times here. But when you enter that space, it's going to be pretty enhanced, pretty big. It's going to feel very intense in there, from what I'm seeing here. It's going to start off with, oh, here I go again, you know, making scenarios in my head and making stories. And then before you know it, 5 minutes later, you have a headache from what's going on in there. You know what I mean? So I see it being very, very intense when it does show up. Luckily, it's not there for long. It's just there to give you a headache and then it's going, which I hope that doesn't happen. But it does feel like it's very intense when it's coming in. And it's ran by fear, you know, by losing control. Because you think you have control when you're on a mission to save somebody. You know what you have to do. And when they cut you off because they're like, you're not entering my space here with this attitude of telling me what I need, you know, you might be crashing in that sense of, oh, I thought I had it. Oh, I don't have it? Hold on. Why? So be aware of that energy. It's headache kind of an energy. Let's do the Devil for the potential outcome. The Knight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups. No, this doesn't justify it. You're giving me a sense of, but I love them. I want what's best for them. So I'm entitled to do what I think is best for them. No, you're not. No, that's not a justification. You're a little lost in that energy, even as you're telling me that. You're giving me that sense of, but I love them. So, and then you lose yourself a little bit because you know you don't make sense. You know, this is definitely a big one for you. And this is a time to practice this syndrome, savior syndrome that's shown up for you. It's a pattern, you know. So it's a good opportunity, whatever's going on here, to practice, especially on this one. Because it's shown up strong and you're trying to find ways to justify it. And There are no ways to justify it. Even if you love them, even if you did whatever you tell me, doesn't give you any right to try to save somebody from their situation when you know that's not going to work. And you know you don't know what's best for somebody else. You know? Do it for you. Do it for yourself. Save yourself. Why do you need to save others? It depends. It doesn't depend. No, there's no justification. So you almost got me there. No, there's no, it depends. No, it's up to each of us to save ourselves, basically. You know what I mean? So this is a big one for you, and I haven't seen it around in a while. You've managed to do well with it, but now it's coming in strong. Because if there's something that's riling things up here, especially for whoever you care for here, it's going to show up. It's going to show up big time on your part. Where Gemini to the rescue. Let's see what the universe has. The Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. The universe is saying also pay attention to this kind of an energy of the other BFF of yours, the mind, the chaotic mind, taking things and making a mess out of them in your head, from what if, and if this, and if that, and if the other, and hows, and whys, and things like that. The universe is saying pay attention to that. It is ran by massive fear of losing control, possibly, here in this case. It does look like, again, it's kind of confirmed here again that it's not going to last long, but when it does come, it's going to be very intense. You can prevent this, you know, from even happening. When you catch yourself going up there, being like, uh-oh, okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're just going to be with what is, and that's that. So it can be prevented. It can be changed, you know, on your part. Just pay attention to it because it's coming in strong and intense. And even if it's short because it's intense. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it did its job. This energy of overthinking. So anyways, let's do the Enchanted Map Oracle for you. One Ring Circus, number 15. That doesn't sound necessarily great. Circus is coming in town. You are capable and competent. That's the quote that opens this up. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognize that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. Be discerning about your partnerships at this time. When you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you and others begin, you're able to enter into the best kind of relationships and will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating, and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. Cool. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.